I struggle to relate to today's music, so instead of complaining about it, I made my own. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. So you might be wondering what this piece of wood is behind me, but it's actually my future recording booth. My husband is in the process of making my new one, and I'm very excited. I've actually been filming the process of it, so keep an eye out because that's going to be a video for another time. Whether you're a singer, musician, a rapper, a DJ, or any performing artist, one of our favorite things to do is to get up on stage. Although it could be nerve-wracking and really get our adrenaline going, I'm sure you can agree with me, it's the most exhilarating and compelling feeling. I'm a little weird. I actually feel more comfortable performing in front of a larger crowd that's filled with strangers, other than a small, intimate crowd that's filled with people that I know. I think a lot of artists feel that way. For me, performing feels very personal. And that might be because a lot of the songs that I write and sing expose my feelings, my perspective, and pretty much are just my diary entries. So when it comes to performing live, you know I take it seriously, and that's probably where my perfectionism truly shines. For today's video, I want to talk about some great tips to keep in mind while performing live. But before I get into that, I just want to remind you guys to keep an eye out for performance scams. Feel free to pause this video and watch my other video titled 5 Scams That Target Music Artists. I mentioned performing scams in there, and I think it's super important to know. Tip number 1, choose a good venue with good quality equipment. If you do not have a live band or an in-ear monitor and you are just simply relying on the venue's DJ or backing track, things can get a little tricky there. I've had a lot of unflattering performances because I simply just couldn't hear myself. There were either no monitors or the speakers were just really old and completely blown out. And I am telling you, when you can't hear yourself, it is no fun. Having sound check and mic check is always something you should do before the actual performance. Eventually, I learned to bring my own earplugs so that I can hear myself, stay on key, stay on beat. But unfortunately, when I was just getting started, I had to learn the hard and embarrassing way. Especially when you're new to it and you're just starting to get some live gigs. Unfortunately, you're going to start off at places that aren't the most professional or have the best equipment. So come prepared for worst case scenario just until you start to get the bigger and better gigs. But bottom line is always try your best to pick a venue that's professional and well respected. Tip number 2, film your performances and watch them back. This has helped me tremendously once I started doing this. You're going to see things you like and you're going to see things you don't like. But it's all good, don't let it stop you. You can improve the things that you aren't aware of, so I highly recommend filming. When you're on stage, there's so much going on at once, so you might not notice something that looks or sounds off. This way, you can pay more attention to your body language, your vibe, and just the overall presence that you're showcasing to the audience. You can hear how you sound, how the music sounds, what the crowd hears, because it's very different being on stage versus in the crowd. Set up a camera or have a friend film for you, and I promise you'll be very glad that you did. Tip number 3, interact with the audience. This is very important. This is actually how you can gain a fan, believe it or not. Yes, you want them to love your music and to become a fan that way, but a lot of people really connect to personality first. I like to make a few jokes here and there, or I like to give brief detail about how the song was written or the storyline behind the song, because that way it can really help people to connect and relate to the songs you're about to sing. Alright, this is awkward because my wine is hitting me and I feel like I'm lying. This next song is called Voodoo Doll. And I wrote it about a really irritating person. And it's like everyone has those people in their life. Tell me you don't. There's that one person you just want to like funk up when they're sleeping. Okay, so here it is. Sometimes I'll point out some people in the crowd, or I'll I'll acknowledge some things that I see. Thank you! I saw you dancing, thank you! I also like to bring up people on stage sometimes and just have a fun dance contest. These are all just really some fun ways to stand out and to be memorable to the crowd. I honestly just like to make the audience feel like we're already friends. Tip number 4, look the part. Make sure you stand out. Show your style, your brand, look interesting like you belong there. Sounding great is everything, but also looking great plays a big role in your performance. If you look good, you'll feel good and it'll boost your confidence. You will deliver a stronger, braver, more memorable show. I've had a lot of people compliment my look or my outfit after the show, and it sparks great conversation. They were always the ones who would ask for my social media and hit follow too. And last but not least, tip number 5, be on time and be professional. Don't be one of those performers who just show up whenever they feel like it and think that they're God's gift to music. Come prepared. Practice makes perfect is a popular saying for a reason. Respect the other performer's time. And if you happen to be the only performer there, respect the crowd's time and all the other people involved. I don't care how amazingly talented or even how famous you are. Showing up late and not giving your best is super unappealing to me. I've had plenty of times where I had to share the stage with someone who thought they were the best thing in the world, and where are they now? Nobody wants to work with them. No performance will ever be perfect or go 100% smooth, but with these tips, you can certainly guarantee less worries, less nerves, and less regret. Just be yourself, stay true to your passion, and remember the golden rule. Have fun. Thank you all for watching, and if you have a show coming up, congratulations and enjoy it. Have an awesome week, and I will see you next Tuesday.